right, folks. Hello,
Car Gals. Welcome to the party and to the cafe. This is Lou Ramirez, the car guy.
This is Fred Lenartz, the subprime hero.
And we got a couple people that need to introduce themselves.
Yes,
We're going to go ahead and let this video help you out.
Here we go.
All right.
Hey, this is Derek Perez with Think Ad Group. We are brewing solutions with the Car Guy Coffee Podcast. Let's brew.
That's right. Woo! All right. Justin, that's a lot of pressure, dude. He hit that.
I know, man. That was a good one.
You're all up. Here we go.
No pressure.
Ready?
Hey, go. This is Justin Searle with Think Ad Group. We are brewing solutions with the Car Guy Coffee Podcast. Let's brew.
Yeah. All right, guys.
All right, guys. Let's brew.
Let's
Car
brew.
guys
What's
and
I love
up?
that intro, man.
Nice.
Welcome.
That intro.
Very cool.
Thank you for introducing yourselves, guys.
That was really nice.
We appreciate that.
Well, I think I actually did that in one take, if I'm not mistaken.
Well,
No, I'm kidding.
that's the way it looked.
It looked like it. I think
You
so.
guys did a good job.
That was. They both did it in one take, as you all can see, audience. They're amazing. They're the best at what they do, folks.
They really think about the way
Ad group
that they deliver their message of who it is that they are. So let's talk about who it is that they actually are. Car guys and car gals, we are in here with the Think Ad Group,
Hello.
the pioneers of making sure that they don't percolate problems or just peddle products. They produce solutions.
That's right.
That's right. Man, I am so excited to have this time today with them. I mean, man, guys, we already had one little get together, powwow, Zoom in together. But
Yeah.
now,
Yeah, we had a warm-up meeting earlier.
yeah,
that was
that's
fun.
just-
Yeah, that was nice. That was nice. So
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, that was a
fun.
great idea, guys. I'm glad that you guys are doing that. That's something they're going to start doing every Thursday. It's called the Think Tank. Wow. What a cool way to get a Thursday and get the weekend started right before it goes. Get your mind percolating, thinking about great things, get it moving, and actually introducing yourselves and introducing us as to other friends of yours, which was really cool, man. I got to meet another road dog out there. I loved him, man. He was awesome. Obviously, all the ladies that came on, that they were really awesome. Also, I'm looking forward to actually connecting with them even some more. So, man, I appreciate you inviting us to that.
Yeah, thank you. That's something that
Yeah.
you said on the episode that you actually do at your company. You guys have your think tank as far as on a regular basis, right?
Yeah. We do that all the time. We always get together and collaborate and kind of chop it up. Justin and I we'll talk. We talk a million times a day, but sometimes we just get on the phone and literally talk about nothing. And my girlfriend will honestly say, like, you're on the phone so much. What do you guys talk about all the time? And sometimes we're just not really talking about nothing. But it amounts to something eventually. Eventually it amounts to something. So.
Exactly.
But yeah, that's kind of why we want to do that thing. But yeah, the think tank's fun.
Oh man, yeah, I had a great time. I'm looking forward to going to some of those other ones on the Thursdays that come up. I'll probably make that on my calendar because that was a great idea. I appreciate it. Like I said, just like this right here, this is a great idea. I'm glad that you guys are here. This is the first time that we've done a show where we're with our guests that were our guests from that week from our brew. So this is really neat to be able to cap off this amazing week. We're getting ready to release tonight here after we get off this show the third part to our series. Man, what a good time we had with you guys. It's going to be the jump box, and it's also going to be the Car Guy Confession Sessions, folks. If you guys have not listened to the first two parts, you need to go catch up on those two, then listen to this third one. This will cap it all off, It'll give you some laughs. It'll let you hear some stories about things they went through, and it'll also give you some tips on how to improve your game. No doubt.
So as we get ready to get this started, guys, you know that if we're in the first 5 minutes of any conversation with us at all, you are in the baby stages of a conversation. So to make sure that we get a little bit more participation from our pals and partners out there, go ahead and share,
folks. Share this.
Make sure people
Enjoy.
know.
Let everybody
what's
know
going down
we got
in
some
Chinatown.
guests going on, folks.
Or the Car Guy Coffee Cafe. I used to say that all the time. It kind of comes out weird.
Listen, we got a Michelle Dugas. Okay, I hope I'm not pronouncing that too bad. Michelle, thank you for coming on tonight. Thank you very much for watching and listening to what's going on. Ooh, look who we got here. We got Evelyn Kelly. I think we all know who Evelyn is. My lady. Hello, how are you?
Ma'am.
And then look, we got El Patron. He's sending a little thing to Jason to tell him to jump on here. So appreciate you jumping on here, Kit. So he was on there earlier too, man. That was a great time talking with him. He had his little background in his book, folks. Go get that book, El Patron, Game Changer. It is the book to get right now. It's a great story. It's a great handbook on what to do in the future. So, guys, what do you guys think about your experience with the Car Guy Coffee podcast? So far, what you guys have been gone through so far?
I thought it's been. I think it's been.
It was great.
It's been really cool. We've gotten a lot of great feedback.
You guys.
A lot of people.
Like I said before we got on, you guys are blowing this up. You're going to go places.
Cheers to that.
Appreciate that.
But it's not about that. Honestly, it's about everybody. See, here's the thing. We talk about that in our shows before, and it's cool to go up there by yourself. Great. But when you're up there, it's so boring to be there by yourself. The idea is for everybody to go up there together. And when you go up as a team and you have people everywhere across the country that are just doing things that are very, very like-minded, and we can do this all together, it's going to be even better. So yes, do we want to go places? We do, but I want to go places with a lot of people. I want to go places and bring people up while we're doing it. And that's why we had you guys on the show, because that's what you guys do. Your business is that. And that's why it's awesome to have you. So no, I appreciate you guys. And
the honor is definitely ours.
Absolutely,
to have
man.
You all on the show, because this is the platform that we want for people that are like you, that want to be able to help other people in the industry and speak a language that is truly caring about what it is that you're delivering and caring about the result for the person you're delivering it to. And that's something that we want to make sure we connect to everybody. Trust me, if I had a coffee shop and you didn't like your cup of coffee, I'm going to do what I can to make sure that I make that the best cup of coffee I can possibly make for you. Now, it may not be the best that was ever made, but it's going to be the very best that I can make for you. And if you're not happy with it, I want you happy. And you guys make sure that you deliver a product and you're making people happy. And it's exciting. And for all of you that want to be brewing solutions and are considered solutionaries inside of your world, you got to make sure that you do find a way to get in cadence with people that are jamming to the same tune you are, that are running at the same pace that you're running at. We talked inside of the podcast about Justin. Justin was a trumpet player for the United States Army band. Yeah. You understand how important he's got to be on beat.
So he understands.
He knows
what's up. I wish we could bust the trumpet out right now, man. We should make that part of the thing of the thing, dude. He's got to blow the trumpet out.
Dude, we need to do a video on that. We need to do like the whole thing. We'll do an intro with you hitting that. Yes. You need to do this.
Oh man,
the other intro. I got.
Dude, I'll buy a
He said it right here, folks.
Yeah.
Hey, Laura Berman. Hey, Laura, what's up, girl? I appreciate you for jumping on tonight and taking a tune on here. Listen to it. Man, I can't even speak English tonight. Those 2 beers I had with you guys earlier got me.
But to finish out that thought real quick, when running, guys, this is Memorial Day weekend. We are running into that time of the year where we do take a little bit of time to memorialize and honor those that have paid the absolute ultimate sacrifice for us. There is no greater love than that of a friend that will lay down his life for you. And there are men and women that were inside of an opportunity to give of their ultimate honor for us. And we want to celebrate them. And there's something about a troop of soldiers or airmen or Marines or seamen that running together. the bigger those battalions got, the bigger those units got. When you would have a big run, did you guys used to have big runs where there was,
especially when
there was just
every footstep was boom, boom,
yeah,
boom.
then you have this troop
Some gangster
filling
about
up
that,
an entire
man.
road. As far
Scare
as you
you.
can look back, they're all hitting the ground the same way, the same beat, and somebody's yelling a cadence. It always got better the more people put on that uniform and started going to the same cadence. Guys, it excites me.
It does.
I get
You
excited.
can tell he does. So, and he's right, man. You know, there's something about that. You know, you guys we're all in cadence together, and that's why we all got together somehow, some way, and got connected. You know, I'll thank Evelyn up to the day I die probably for introducing me to you guys. You know, Evelyn's awesome, but I honestly know it would have happened either way. If we would have eventually met, we would have talked, we would have united our minds and said, "Hey, man, you're on that same level, right?" So, Evelyn, thank you very much. She speeded it up for us. That's it, and I love that about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys, normally you
it was crazy when we used to run in cadence. What's that?
Go ahead.
What is that?
Go ahead.
What? I didn't hear.
I don't know.
You were getting ready to talk about running in cadence.
I don't know what you're saying.
I lost you at cadence.
Oh yeah, when you run in cadence. Yeah, when you run in cadence, isn't it? It seems like whenever you run in cadence, you just never get tired.
Yeah.
And I always think about that. Like when I would run alone, and I don't look like much of a runner anymore, but I've done a lot of running in my life actually. But when you run alone, I struggle. But when I ran in cadence, man, it was so much easier. I don't know.
There's something about that.
It's when it's just you and one other person.
It's something about being a team. You know, having a teammate, having that. You know, being by yourself. It's
absolutely.
There's a lot of things we can all do by ourselves, but when you have a weakness, and everybody has a weakness somewhere, even Superman had a weakness, right? So there's a weakness somewhere, and when you can find somebody that can complement your weakness and give you strength there, it makes it even better, especially when you are on the same mission, you know? So running a lot of times, I remember like I ran cross country through high school, I ran track, you know, and when I would go for a run by myself, would I go for a run? Yeah, I'd get a sweat. Yeah. But would it feel like I really ran? Half the time I could go out, run 5 miles. I come back and feel like, man, I didn't really go that hard. But I go out there with just one other person. I cannot stand being behind somebody. So I'm going to run a little bit harder. He's going to run a little bit harder. Next thing you know, we're running full speed.
Yeah.
Going hard. Yeah. And so it's the same thing, just like when you go work out and you're going to throw that extra 5 pounds on the way. Yeah, man, I got this. Hold on.
Yeah.
You know, there's something on that. So my son is here. I drove both of our sons back here today. And that's what's also so awesome about where it is that we're going together. We literally have our kids planning their entrepreneurial takeovers, you know what I mean, as we speak. But he will push himself to a limit on a bench, and he will only try to take on that extra weight that he may not be strong enough to take on by himself if there's somebody there to spot him in hopefully getting it off of him in the event that it becomes too much to be on his chest by himself. So just like in any scenario, you know, he can do a whole great workout, big heavy weights all by himself. But if he's going to push to that next level, you got to have somebody with you to help back you up on taking on a weight that you've never taken on before. You know what I mean? And sometimes that weight, you can do it by yourself, and you can prove that to yourself, right? But there's also way more victory when you have somebody to high five and give you a little when you're done with that. You know what I mean? That's always something that you want to be able to have an opportunity to cheer each other on. But that was the great thing about running cadence together, is that you'd have somebody out there barking an actual song, and everybody else would get in line with saying it together. And it didn't matter what we said. We all said it together, and it was great. And it didn't have to rhyme, but most of the times it's crazy how it did. Everybody was a poet. It was nuts.
No, it was a lot of fun. It was part of the experience. You know, when you joined, you knew that it was going to happen. You were like, okay, I want to be part of this.
This is that
Army or this Air Force or whatever branch you were in. You know, it was a lot of fun. But it's like that now. Like, guys, we connected, and you know, I'm a cheerleader for your business, right? Just like you guys are a cheerleader for me. So we lift each other up daily. Like I'm gonna obviously, now that we're friends and we found out that, hey, these people are it, and they're where I want to be. You know, we say you got to choose your network really, you got to make sure your network's right. You don't want to get with the wrong people. Wrong people could bring you down, right?
Oh,
So
yeah.
when you find the right people, it's cool to lift each other up constantly. Hey man, what a great post today. Hey man, that idea you came out with is just amazing, and so on and so forth. And you can keep doing this for each other. And then next thing you know, it's a good thing, and I love that. And I'm glad to have all those people here. What's up, Lou? Why is Lou laughing over here?
Just because there's so many coffee correlations that we just come up with. And there's beans. You guys see the beans on the screen right there? It's about having the right beans.
You got to have the
know
right
what I mean?
beans.
The right
That's one
beans.
of our
Right
old brews
there.
we had before. We talked about brewing with the right beans.
I see him.
I don't know why that made me smile so much.
Yeah.
We got Jason showed up. Here's
Absolutely.
Jason with the heart.
What's up, Jason?
Oh,
Man,
look at that.
Jason.
Nice
The last meeting we were on, that was
We
pretty
got
awesome.
Jamie. Hey, Jamie, what's up? He says, are dealerships in your state open for business, or we just by appointment, or not open at all? Jamie, we are open for business. We're in Kentucky. So Kentucky the doors opened up with 25% capacity about a week and a half ago. Started on Monday, not this past Monday, but the Monday before the 11th, I believe was the date. And then from that day forward, we've been able to have customers in, got to wear masks, clean, 6 feet distance, the whole nine. Like I said, 25% capacity in the showroom. We just put a tent outside so we can have extra space. So we're doing everything we can on our side. The weather's working with us when it comes to that, which is great. And yes, we are selling cars like candy bars, and they're moving. So
it's also good to know that we are prepared for anybody to come in and check us out. We got a kite went out in the air
today.
inside of the market.
Inspectors were running around town.
The inspectors were checking it out. So, hey, you guys have all your stuff. And when I got the call, I was able to look around real quick and just say, yeah, we're good. Bring
We're
him.
good.
We got a mask for him if he gets in here and he's going to get pew, pew, pew. He's going to get checked.
We got to check temperatures every single day. We have to do, everyone who, not customers, but employees, when they come in, their temperature gets checked. We have we have a safety monitor guy who actually writes down their temperatures. Everything has to be done by guidelines. The last thing we're going to do is get shut down because one of my guys is being stupid. I've sent somebody home because they constantly were trying to get too close, like to their customers. And we called them in and said, listen, you're going home for the day. We told you 3 times. So we're not doing that. We've got to keep things safe. You got to make sure your customers are safe. Make sure that they understand that we're not trying to avoid them. We just can't be by them, but we can talk, communicate, do it all. And it's a lot easier than when it was at first. When we first started this, it was straight up. You got to do it all by the phone. Nothing, no contact. You would have to leave a key sanitized outside. They would have to walk around and go to it. You would leave the car. It was weird. But did we get through that? We did. But it's a lot easier now, no doubt. So I wish you well up in New York, man. I know that it's starting to open up. The new phase is not till next month, I believe, is when it is for you guys in New York. I'm talking to El Patron. I know he knows, but man, that's tough. So yeah, guys, you talk to dealers all across the nation. I mean, it's pretty 50-50 everywhere right now. What's open, what's not, isn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of mixed up. Out here in California, we've got here in Northern California.
Yeah, a lot of states are.
Some of the counties are still selling online, but in Southern California, in LA County of all counties, LA, where I think they reported a tremendous amount of infections with COVID-19, they opened up all the dealerships. Showrooms are open. So it's just so weird. It's kind of a mixed bag of kind of where you're at in the state. But even the dealers that we talk to across the state, I know Justin talks to a bunch of them out there, but there's some that are still doing it online, some by appointment only, things like that. But the crazy thing about it is everybody has figured out a way to adapt to it. That's probably the coolest part about all this is people have really figured out a way to make it work, so.
You have to adapt.
You have to. And even some of the dealerships that I thought were so outdated and some of our clients who we thought would never get on board with some cool stuff. I mean, they jumped right on board. They just had to figure it out. It was kind of sink or swim. So it was really great to see that.
It was a great time for people to get creative because, when you have some little bit of downtime, because I don't care, who you are, I'd say 95% of dealers out there were shut down at some capacity, whether it be 100%, 10%, whatever it was, your business slowed down. We basically went little less than 50% during the month of April, which is, for numbers wise, it's not really feels great in the heart, but it was actually realistic. So when we hit those numbers, it wasn't like disappointing. It was actually very optimistic, because we were like, man, we were still doing things, and I'm seeing the dealer next right up the street that's, you know, not even touching a unit movement. Not, you know, their cars are collecting dust, you know, and it's just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And we had a great opportunity to celebrate multiple members of the team that produced more for their families than they ever have before.
Oh, that's awesome.
We did a very generous, our owner put a very generous commission plan out to get the guys motivated and excited. And I mean, I was championing that the whole time of let's keep getting them paid. Let's keep getting that, because, you know, when you give them a lot and then you take that back, but it's just, we're just adding more work to them. It was like, it's hard to keep that motivation going. So it's like, let's keep paying them right. And let's just keep trudging through this. These guys need to be motivated. And then a couple of them like, Lou, I've never had checks this big in my life. I mean, a lot of people are in bad scenarios.
Isn't that great to hear that when one of your employees say that?
Yeah.
During the middle of the crisis.
And that's what makes you be okay with doing that one car. But mama's happy that you brought home so much money. I mean, that was a story. That's why we did it. That's why we created a whole new process. That's why we dealt with just one deal for the day. You know what I mean? It was for those victories. And instead of going to a dead stop, keeping the truck rolling, just keeping in cadence, keeping the morale up. It's just
being problem solvers. You know, you can't, you know, we had a great interview with Sean Hayes today, and, you know, he's going to be on one of our shows here soon. But the interview, you know, I asked him a few questions like I did you guys, you know, the 5-liner, and he talked about that, and it's about being that type of person. It's about, you know, never really I kind of lost track.
Staying uncomfortable.
Right. So it's exactly. You know, it's when you're not uncomfortable, if you're comfortable, you're dying, literally. And that's what he said. You know, those were his exact words. And I say that quite a bit if you've ever listened to any of my stuff. It's the moment that you are comfortable and you're staying just like, this is normal, just like, you know, doing the same thing over and over. It's insanity to me, you know. But it becomes normal to most people. A lot of people just live that way. They're like, hey, I just need to go to work 9 to 5. I need to come home. I'm going to, you know, watch TV and eat my dinner and go to sleep. You know, they're not thinking about being able to, you know, get big. And not saying to be a superstar, not to be a social media giant, not to be, you know, this or that, but just to be the best version of yourself that you could possibly be every single day that you wake up. You know, people they just achieve a certain level and they're okay with it. And he said, you know, he mentioned it, and I agree, is that a lot of times it's the way our parents have shown it to us. Maybe they lived comfortable, right? They had a good job. They lived comfortable. They had enough to pay their bills. But they're like, you know, money doesn't grow on trees. Well, I don't believe that. Money does grow on trees. And you can really, there's tons of money out there. Money is just a byproduct of doing the right thing over and over. And if you really love something and you push towards it and you work really hard, it's going to happen. Money will be there. You know, you may have times where you struggle with it, but at the same time, at the end of the day, end of your life, and if you work really hard and you do your thing and you grind out, it's going to be there. Yeah. I agree with that, and I believe that so heartedly. And you have to really put it out in the universe, and you'll get it. And I'm not saying money; it's put yourself out there. I'm going to be the best.
I believe the finances are a byproduct.
Yeah, I'm going to be the best Fred Lenartz that I could possibly be for me, my wife, my son, for my friends, for you guys, for people I work with, for customers that buy vehicles. Every single moment that they get a chance to deal with me, I want to be the best I could be for them. You know, and in turn, it does great things for me. And I don't know. Since I've taken that as a mantra, I've never really worried about, you know, monetary things. It just happens, you know.
Hey, you know, man, when you're flying, you're not worried about money. You're not worried about the little things in the world, right? I mean,
no, you don't. You don't really don't.
You don't have to.
You're just happy. That. You're happy doing what you love doing.
Let's 23 minutes into this, do what it is that we're supposed to do. First things first, car guys and car gals. We can't go on any mission together until we do the dance, baby.
That's it.
On 3, everybody. Join with me now. 1, 2, 3. Forgive.
Focus.
We're waiting. There's a little focus. There we go. Here we go. All right. So now that we are flying together, I want to talk about a couple of things.
Go ahead.
Because there is a lot that's going on, right? We're opening up in different places throughout the nation. The car business is definitely having to adjust, right? Finance I mean, I don't even think we understand the wave of changes that are coming into the financial sector of planet Earth. Okay. Some people are prepared for it. Some people are not. Some people have no idea that they even have to be considering that things are going to change. But with all of this, there's so many different challenges and there's so many different attitudes towards the challenge that I want to make sure that we encourage everybody to make sure you utilize the power of positivity. But you guys are able to do that, not just because of the culture that you set up, but because of the type of solutionaries that you actually are. There's, of course, a big, long explanation and life that has got you to today, in understanding all the lessons that you've gotten to.
Five-liner will tell you about that.
And it will. You guys got to listen to the
five-liner.
Okay? That's the whole reason for that, so that you guys can percolate production with people that are pretty cool. I don't know. I was trying to keep the P's going. Anyway.
No, they are
I like it.
pretty positive.
Pretty positive. But so let me ask you guys this. In seeing what it is that you've seen out there with everybody, and your product is something that makes people look at digital marketing and marketing on a multi-faceted approach, right? So help me convey, because I'm not the subject matter expert in everything. One thing I am good at, it's knowing the guy that knows the thing, right? Yeah. And you guys are the guys that know the things about the that's that many other people don't have the language on, and some dealers don't, but they're the ones that are going to stroke a check, right? They are the ones that are going to say, hey, come help me. I don't even know what the problem is right now. What a lot of people is like, do you have an idea?
Yeah.
What's your idea? You know what I'm saying? What is going to help us right now? That's the posture that many people are in, because they're trying to save their legacy. They're trying to save everything it is that they've been working for this long. And you all have a product that keeps them focused on a multifaceted approach to digital marketing, because that's where we're going. Help expand a little bit more of why this is so important for a dealership to have to grab onto and say, all right, this is how this pony's going to ride, and I'm going to need to ride this out. I don't know about it. I don't get it, but I need to. Help break it down, and before I release that, I want to, again, let you car guys and car gals know these aren't a bunch of just people that understand the technical side of it. These are car guys.
They are 100% certified.
Job, okay?
Been there, done that type
car
of people.
Approved.
Folks.
Car Guy Coffee approved. They
Seriously.
are.
I mean, and before you guys answer that too, I want to say one thing. Earlier when we were on their Zoom meeting, they had dealers on there and people that are in the business, and they were already problem solving for them on it.
Yes.
Like they were like, hey, I know we can't do this, but let's do it this way, and let me see and let me throw something at you. And man, that was fun to watch you guys do that, because I could tell right here's where it's coming from. It's not about the money like we talked about. It's not. You're just doing the right thing, because the money will come. It doesn't matter. You're doing the right thing for your customer. So yeah, please talk about that, guys.
And what it all boils down to is what's unique about us is the fact that you just mentioned. We're from the car business. I've been in the car business my entire life since I was 18 years old, and people listen to the podcast, they'll hear all that. But Justin, GM for years, and I was a GM for years, owned part of a dealership for years. So we understand the struggles that dealerships go through on a daily basis. We understand financial statements. We understand worrying about, contracts in transit. We understand, more importantly, the processes that you're trying to train all these salespeople to do. And we understand broken processes. And kind of when we look at a solution for a dealership, we just reverse engineer from what the problem is. So we look at what the end result is always selling a car. And then we just work backwards from there and work it right back into how can we develop a product to work for the dealership, and how are we going to make it the best, most effective product for them? Is it going to produce results? Number one, because if it doesn't produce results, obviously we don't really have a solution for them. We didn't fix it. So all of our solutions that we do are all built exactly around that. And when it came down to COVID-19, we immediately jumped into the think tank and started producing a great solution for everybody. And we wanted, we felt it was very important for dealerships to reach out to their database first. Those are some of the first people they need to reach out to, is a low-lying fruit. These customers trust them. They love them. They're familiar with them, and they had to reach out to them and let them know what was going on. And that's the product that we had, put together for COVID, was video, text messaging with the built-in chat bot that basically took the dealership's database. We marketed out to them. We drove that customer back in through our system and through the chat bot, which allowed them to interact with service, allowed them to watch a video about what's going on with the dealership. Are they open for service? What do they got to do? And I just walked them all through it because we knew that everybody had a limited staff. So we just took everything in our hands and did all the heavy lifting. We utilized technology to do all the heavy lifting, navigated them around. If somebody was working remote, we pointed that call directly to them and just channeled that call to that remote person. If they wanted it round robin to a manager, went to a manager. El Patron did a great job. He took every single call. I said, what number do you want to put on there that we channel everything into? You want multiple numbers? You want to route them here? He goes, give them all to me. He took them all, boom, boom, boom. And we all know how difficult that is to do. So when it came to the products, and that's just one of the products we do. Of course, we've got many, many more, but they all start with that same basis of us understanding the process within the dealership, where the weakness might be in that process, and how can we fix it. So
wow,
it's really exciting, and we've got some mind-blowing stuff we're launching that just is. We'll get with you guys on it when we do it, and we'll give you guys a little taste of it. But it's just going to be so epic. Some stuff.
We want the exclusive.
I want exclusive.
We'll give you guys exclusive. We'll break it on this show. We'll break it.
You heard it here, folks.
Boom.
You heard
it right here. And I'm serious. I want that to happen. That would be so freaking awesome. Folks, you heard it right here. They don't just make awesome T-shirts and awesome hoodies. They have awesome solutions for your dealership, man, from everything from digital to whatever you need. They're going to be able to help you. I love it. And they're going to help you right here, guys.
So with that, you guys understanding the dynamic of a product, a lot of times people, some customers just don't care. I don't really care exactly how you churned up that ice cream. I might read it on the wall while I wait in line about the cool story of how it came together. A lot of times people want to know how that product is actually helping them out. The great thing about this dynamic duo here is that Derek does create so much and get so much feedback from his other incredible counterpart here, Justin, who is, hands and feet of the business and connecting to the dealership. Justin, help me understand when because you're banging out phone calls, you're talking to people, you're getting through the gatekeepers, you're making sure that you're getting to a person that can make a decision, and also at the same time you're trying to bring that fun fire, right? That, hey, you got a problem, man. And I got a way to help fix it. But man, you got a problem, and I need you to see this. You know what I'm saying? And I need you to see that I have a simple, easy fix. Yeah. And it does cost you, but man, it's gonna gain you so much more. What is it that you're seeing as being the biggest challenge in making sure that understanding is getting connected? Because I don't think it's always just about that one customer transaction, that one car deal. I want to make sure that I'm spawning many deals from that one interaction with somebody. You know what I mean? There's a lot that occurs off of that one contact with somebody, and different scenarios happen. But what are you seeing? What are you running into when you're communicating with dealers and all kinds of other car guys? What is it that is the biggest challenge that you're being able to help highlight and crush for them?
Yeah. So right now, what's going on? It's crazy. So you either have dealerships like you guys are doing well right now, and you're not the only dealership that's doing well and performing right now. And all of that starts with a mindset from ownership on down. And there are dealerships that are failing miserably right now that don't have to be failing miserably right now. And not necessarily because they use our solutions. We would love for them to, and it would help them for sure. But it's all about that positive mindset from the top the whole way down. And when I'm making calls now, I'm seeing a lot of dealerships that are doing great. And the ones that are doing great are the ones that want to talk to me. And the ones that are bombing, I can tell 2 minutes when I talk to the general manager or the owner or the dealer principal, whoever I talk to, I can tell why they're failing. I just want to say, you're why. you're the reason you're failing. You got to look in the mirror and you got to say, hey, we can do this because other dealerships are. And, that's what I'm seeing right now. And I talk to dealerships all over the country every day. I work through lists of different cities every day. And it's funny, you call, there's patterns that you see in cities. When you call a certain city, the general managers are similar. And I think that's interesting,
When you say similar, what do you
see
mean
those
by
patterns as you call. So when, for instance, like if you call, I'll tell you Atlanta, Georgia. You call Atlanta, Georgia. For whatever reason, the general managers are easier to get on the phone and they're friendlier to you. Why? I don't know.
It's a Southern hospitality, man.
It must be Southern hospitality. I don't get it. But there's patterns. I can call 20 dealerships in a city. I can know what kind of results I'm going to yield from that city moving forward, because I see the patterns. You call a city and any general manager in Maryland, you can't ever get a general manager in Maryland on the phone.
We challenge the general
Good
manager
luck.
to phone up to Justin, please.
What's that?
I said I challenge a general manager in Maryland to pick the phone up for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Come on, general managers.
Yeah. They don't pick up the phone.
Call him right now.
We're not going to hurt you.
Yeah.
No, and it's so true. I mean, I can tell you.
All I'm saying is I see those patterns. What this does for us right now, I don't know. I'm just telling you what I see right now. I see those patterns, and I see when I talk to a dealer right now if they're going to fail or they're going to survive this or et cetera, because I'm on the phone all day, and you really get a vibe for what's going on out
there. That's interesting. And you have that in everything as far as culture goes, right? So even down to hairstyles, right? I mean, I can pick a lot of times where a person is from based off of just seeing how they have their hair. You know what I mean? Or seeing how they wear their clothes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can tell those culture little point out things. And so one thing that I do know happens with most dealerships, and I've enjoyed being on the other side of it, is that most dealerships are, hey, what's so-and-so doing up the street? They've traded the same car guys all throughout town, and everybody's doing what this one's doing. Once they get over here, hey, what are they doing over there? Okay, well, we're going to do that. Oh, they don't answer the phone when somebody's calling them. You know what? We're not going to answer the phone when somebody's calling them. And usually what would be the thing that I would normally use when trying to get somebody on the phone is, and it's like that, is, are you going to be like everybody else that's doing the same thing, or are you ready to do something different and actually pick up the phone and talk to me? Or you can be like every other general manager that's in the dark. I'm trying to shine light on something for you, and nobody else is doing it. Do you want to be a trend setter, or do you want to keep doing what the rest of your pals are doing? You know what I mean? That's my approach to it. Sometimes in the South that don't work. But
I'll tell you, I want to tell you a funny story too, just happened to me. And Derek knows the story. This happened to me about 3 weeks ago. I called a guy, and when you call, it in the car business, you make 10 calls and they can all be good and consistent. And then you just get somebody on the phone and you're not prepared and you don't do a good job. And I got this guy on the phone and he said, I stumbled a little bit. I wasn't prepared. My kid was probably running through the room. I was prepared to leave a voicemail, and I get the guy live. And I get him on the phone, and I did a shitty job on the call. And the guy says to me, dude, you're the worst, man. He said, I tell you what. The guy says, I'll tell you what. I'm going to give you call me tomorrow. I'm going to give you my cell phone right now. And you call me at 9 a.m. tomorrow. And you have 10 seconds. You have 10 seconds to get me convinced to do business with you. Okay? This is true. So I get off the phone. This is a couple weeks ago. My wife's listened to the phone call. And I got off the phone. I was mad. I was like, this piece of shit. I don't need this. I'm not gonna call him. I'm thinking all these things are going through my head. And I look at my wife and I said, I did a terrible job on the phone. What should I expect? So I swear to you, I went to bed and I thought about these 10 seconds all night long. I dreamt about it. I kept thinking about what I was going to say, kept thinking about what I was going to say. What am I going to say? What am I going to say? What am I going to say? 9 a.m., my wife's like, what are you going to say? And I'm like, I know what I'm going to say. I know what I'm going to say. Boom. Called him, 9 a.m. And 10 seconds later, I was pitching him. I closed him because I was prepared. I did a great job on the phone. And I took something that I could, and I sold him. I made money on that deal. And I took something that I could have, because I'm fiery. I get feisty, you know, and somebody says to me I'm terrible, I get salty, you know. And I could have turned that. I could have went one way, but I went the other way. And, you know, there's other times where I told people to get bent because I get upset. But, you know, that was a good learning experience for me.
Man, that is
that was longer than I thought it would be.
No, it wasn't. That was awesome. That is a car guy confession session all by itself, man. And I'm gonna tell you something. That is something that some people would never even admit that they did something like that. But what you did was you talked.
Yeah.
You are a real American. That's right.
Yeah.
So yes, man, that was a great story. That I can relate with, man. You know, it's amazing that the guy gave you a second chance. You know, and when you get that second chance, you took advantage of that, man. And that shows what kind of person you are. I love that. You just went there and you just crushed it.
One thing I got to add, the same guy, all right, after he closes the deal, we generally do everything. We try and do everything over the phone. Our stuff's pretty automated. We send a link, they fill it out. We kind of generate everything. We need to get some information from him. The guy says, hey, Justin, could you just drive out here next Monday? The guy's how many hours away? 3 hours? Justin
Three
said,
and a half, one way.
Justin goes, you know what? I will drive and come see you. He took off, drove 3.5 hours one way, kicked back with the dude all day, bought him lunch, got all the information we needed to put his deal together, left, drove back, a 7-hour round trip. He's a beast, dude. It was amazing. All that deal. And he could have woke up that morning and not even called that guy.
And that is impressive to me. Yes, and I'm so excited that you did that, man. And that's a great story, and that's a learning lesson for anybody who's listening right now, is that there is second chances. Even if you slip up the first time, you got to learn from those mistakes. And then when you learn from those mistakes and you go and you get another chance at it, don't make that same mistake. Crush it. And he did that. Not only did he crush it, he went ahead and took an extra step and took care of this guy above and beyond. Man, that's awesome.
The guy just told him he's going to sign up another like 4 stores with you, or something.
Yeah. He's going to continue to do business with us.
Yeah, I believe that cemented your relationship better than it would have been had it been just a smooth, easy, everything planned to the T call. You know what I mean? It created a real relationship, which
most guys, including myself,
if you guys do remember, is the difference between a contract and a contact. R.
Yeah,
right.
Letter R.
The letter R.
But you'll hear more about that on the podcast.
You will if you
go listen.
Take a listen. So
it'll really make you
think agro group. So, man, we all look so cool sitting here.
We look cool.
It's like a promo.
Man, this is like
it is
a promo right here. No doubt. Pop right on the chest. Wow, man. So yes, what a great week. Three brews in one. You guys can't go wrong with that.
You can't do it.
Man, tonight we're getting ready to drop. Like I said, it's going to be the car guy confession session and the jump box.
Confession session and
jump
box. Now, for those of you that don't know and that are first watching or listening and maybe haven't listened to another podcast that discusses what the jump box is, the jump box is a little carry-on case that has 2 prongs that help jump your battery. But folks, there's a lot more philosophy to that, because you know what a jump box is, right? Fred knows what a jump box is. I know what a jump box is. We have many different jump boxes. Remember that one that you wheeled?
Oh, God. There's a story. I have a confession session about a big, giant wheeling, one of those wheel pull behind jump boxes that was like
You didn't lose
4
that
foot
one.
tall with 2 wheels. I mean, you like a dolly. Yeah, I was going down a hill. I'll just tell you real quick. So I was going you walk out our showroom and you had like a concrete pad. There's like slight angle, right? You could bring your cars up on there because the dealership was kind of on a hill. So I'm going out with it. I'm walking down as I do, and somehow I lose my balance.
Watch the whole thing.
I'm going down with this thing, and I do like a flip, like roll over flip, like I'm a ninja.
Comes back up. Oh,
I jump back up.
It's like laughing. The jump box is still going, rolling down. But it was hilarious. He did. He picked it up perfect. It was. I got to watch the whole thing go down. It was hilarious. Yeah,
I'd rather do that than make a bad phone call. I'd rather that than make a bad phone call, and I make them.
Yeah, I hear you.
Hey, there's all kinds of blunders in this bunch, buddy. We got a lot of them, right? But to further address that, so with your positive and your negative, folks, you always have to address the negative. If you try not to address the negative or get some type of true grounding, you're never going to have the connection that you need in order to bring fire or bring life into something like an engine for an automobile or the engine of your own life. And the jump box gets the opportunity to address the negative, unveil a positive, make the two connect, and we link our powers together in order to bring vibrant energy to your engine. These think tank engineers are the ones that are finding a way to make you come alive with some interesting information that you need to check out the jump box on. And that's what we're promoting right now. That's what we're even talking about. That the jump box is going to be released and available for your listening pleasure tomorrow morning. Actually, today morning.
It'll be ready 10 to 20 minutes after we get off this. And guys, it was an honor to have you guys on the show.
Such an honor.
And honestly, what I love about this, honestly, is the friendship that we've made out of this. And it's really cool to talk to you guys. Like talking to you guys earlier, it was like we didn't miss a beat. It was just the same thing, just like jumping on here tonight. And I'm looking forward to future conversations and future think tanks. And man, if there's anything we could ever do for you guys to help out, let us know. We definitely want you. Tell them how they can get a hold of you really quick before we get off here tonight.
So you guys can get a hold of us at our website. You can go to thinkadgroup.com. You can go right through there. You can check us out on LinkedIn. We're on LinkedIn. You can pull us up by our names, Derek Perez, Justin Searle. You could look up Evelyn. You could reach right out to us. All of our contact information is on there. And matter of fact, I'll throw this out there too. Anybody listen to this, like some swag, like some we got these in black. If you just reach out to us, let us know you listen to the podcast. Maybe we might shoot a little question at you, maybe ask you if you truly did listen to it. We'll send the swag out to you.
And you guys want to get some of that because that swag is really nice stuff, folks. I love it. I've been rocking it just around town. It's really nice. Seriously,
everybody looks. You want people to
think, right? Ourselves. We have an entire factory here at Think Ad Group. I'm kidding.
Oh man. Hey, looks like Justin's computer crashed. Looks like Evelyn said. So Justin, man, thank you for coming on tonight. Had a great time getting to know you, Justin Searle and Evelyn. Appreciate you for listening tonight. And once again, Derek, bro.
Oh man, dude. Great time, dude. You have no idea how much we appreciate you guys. And I know there's a lot of great things in our future, man. And we're going to continue growing and making things happen, shooting out the vibes, man, and just all making it right. You know what I mean?
We are brewing solutions.
That's what we're doing.
Hey, so real quick, because I want to make sure that we pass this torch right, because there's so many people that we are in cadence with, right? And it stretches beyond this. So you're part of an entire series of people that are making new connections. So as he's participated so much tonight, I had a great opportunity to put my guys in front of his fiery energy today. Jason Garris is going to be the next guest on the Car Guy Coffee podcast. We're going to
that's right.
Next week.
Can't wait.
He's Monday.
Do me a favor real quick, because I mean, a lot of people, they might get tired of hearing us, right? I like it when they get to hear you all. So Derek, if you could real quick, because we're going to be hyping them up all week, man. Tell the world a little bit about the incredibleness that is Jason Garris and what we should be looking forward to.
I know Jason Garris has got an amazing product. I know that he is an amazing person, and I know he's a wholeheartedly caring person.
Yes.
Anybody could look him up on LinkedIn and see him. You can Google his name and find out everything about him. And he's got a lot to say, and he's got a lot of good stuff to say. And I encourage every single person to tune in and listen to Jason.
Oh,
That's
man.
honor right there.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Jason. We appreciate
my screen.
That's right.
much.
That's right. So, guys, you heard it here. Listen to us next week. But most important, get you this brew that's coming out in the morning, because I'm going to tell you something. Folks, I want you to know this listenership for this week has been one of the best ones I've ever had. And I want to thank the Think Ad Group for that, because I know they've been helping out promoting this a little bit too. But I also know it's because it's great information. And guys, keep listening. This next one that's coming out tomorrow morning is going to be super hot. It's not too long either. You only have to listen to it for a little bit.
No,
You're going to hear some
quick
really
notes.
great stuff. You're going to hear good stories. You're going to laugh. But thank you very much, Derek, man.
Thank
Dude,
you.
seriously, bro. You have a great night. Jason, we'll talk to you later on, but we'll see y'all later. Forgive, focus, fly.
Forgive, focus, fly, brother. Forgive,
Focus, fly.
fly.
Keep growing, Derek.
Go.
Keep growing, my friend.
Let's stay in touch for sure, man.
Yeah, man.
All right,
We'll
guys.
see you soon, bro.
Good
Talk
night,
to you.
See ya.
Thanks a lot.
See y'all, folks.
Car guys
We
and
appreciate
car
you guys
guys.
for coming out and listening to us
Thank you.
tonight.
Share
As
it.
you all know, share it, share it, share it.
Tell
One
your
more
friends.
time before we get out of here tonight.
All right.
Hey, this is Derek Perez with Think Ad Group. We are Brewing Solutions with the Car Guy Coffee Podcast. Let's brew!
That's
Yeah,
right.
get you some.
Woo! All right.
Justin. Oh, that's a lot of pressure, dude. He hit that
I
so
know,
hard.
man. That was a good one.
You're all up. Here we go.
No pressure.
Ready?
Hey.
Go.
This is Justin Searle with Think Ad Group. We are Brewing Solutions with the Car Guy Coffee Podcast. Let's brew!
Yeah. All right, guys.
All right, guys.
That's right.
Boom, folks.
So excited.
Great time. We just got done talking
That
with
was
Dustin, Derek, and Justin. I almost said Dustin. He did that the other day. Derek and Justin, man. Appreciate you guys one more time. Everybody out there, Evelyn, Jason, Patron, everybody who jumped on here
Thank you
tonight,
so much.
Michelle.
Thank you so
I mean,
much.
seriously, thank you very much. We're so blessed. We appreciate everybody out there. Don't forget to think Ad Group. All right, folks. We'll see y'all later. Have a great night.
Good night.
Bye.
Get you some.